ready to rumble.
And we welcome you into the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon, Indiana, Game 3 of this Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear. This is the girls portion of the Midwest Challenge, Team Indiana versus Team Illinois. Rob Brown alongside Brady Laurie, and the players being introduced in this girls matchup, Team Indiana and Team Illinois. We had the first two games are in the books. Team Indiana defeating Team Wisconsin in boys play in overtime, 114 to 109. And in game one, Team Illinois defeated Michigan in boys play, 89 to 68. So the consolation game and the championship game in boys play will follow this one. But Brady, we're excited to see what unfolds in this girls matchup, especially both these teams dressing only 6, so this may be, in this 40-minute contest, played with women's college rules, 4 10-minute quarters. May see a war of attrition here in this women's matchup.
We could very well, Rob. And the funny thing for me is, as I look at this, their uniforms are amazing, but they're very similar. I hope that creates no problems for the girls in determining who they're going to pass to and whatnot. But I'm looking forward to the contest. They height-wise, they seem fairly evenly matched and whatnot, so should be a little battle today.
Before we tip this game off, let's remind you who our sponsors are for this game. This game brought to us by SVI Sportswear. Create your own adventure. Find out more at svisportswear.com. By Ed Martin Automotive, the only name you need to know. By Lawrence Township Schools. Learn more about Lawrence Excellence at ltschools.org. And by the Lebanon Leprechauns, Boone County's only professional basketball team that plays right here at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse. Well, as Brady mentioned, colorful uniforms. We'll try and keep them straight. Certainly difficult to differentiate with the contrasting colors. Indiana is in what we will call the pink or fuchsia uniforms. And Illinois in the, we'll call the would you call that? The light blue?
I'd call it
teal, maybe?
Carolina blue.
Carolina blue,
I'm a
perhaps?
Carolina fan, sure.
With some accents.
They
Indiana wins the tap.
They are sharp uniforms.
And will operate moving right to left from our vantage point, elevated high above the baseline corner. Kaya Hurt operating with her Lawrence North teammate, Jemiah Thomas, and the ball turned over back to Illinois. So each team playing with 6 in this girls all-star game, Team Indiana versus Team Illinois. Working with the basketball, that's Kaya Conwell. Conwell's jumper off the back of the rim, rebounded by Brooke Winchester out of Warsaw High School. 3 of the 5 on the floor for Team Indiana played in the 4A state championship game won by Lawrence North. Corner jumper is knocked in, just inside the line. The jump shot put in by Conwell.
It's a good-looking jump shot out there.
Conwell out of Butler High School. Going to Northern Illinois. Scores of Division I players in this game. The ball's rebounded and pushed up the floor. Flipped up and in.
London Walker?
That's London Walker indeed. Out of Kenwood High School, going to Illinois Chicago. Basket and the foul.
A little bit of a slow start for Indiana. Got kind of a good look down there and a chance on a second chance opportunity, but couldn't capitalize.
Free throw missed. Hurt with the
Nice
stop
take.
and go drive.
Wow.
Will finish it.
She's a quick one. I like that. Nice left hand off the glass.
Hurt was especially efficient in the final month and a half of the season. A big reason why Lawrence North won the 4A state championship. Largest class in the state of Indiana. Hurt with the hit ahead. Cut off on the baseline was Baxter. And the ball turned over again. Outlet ahead. Walker with another bucket. Now the transition points coming quickly for Illinois.
And that'll happen. If you turn the ball over, it's much easier for the opposition to go the other way and get there quickly. We need to slow this thing down a little bit, get a good look like that one.
Baxter with the corner 3. And again, it's a leak out. This time it's Hennigan with the easy layup. And Indiana getting beaten down the floor here in the early going.
We're getting close to time to take a timeout if we can't capitalize here.
Janon Lampley from Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis coaching this Indiana girls team. Turned over, stolen away, hit ahead. Hennigan got in too deep, but there to scoop it up and put it in was Cohen on the bucket. Stripped on the way up. That's Lampley. Jayla Lampley, the daughter of Janon, had it knocked free off the end line. It stays with Indiana.
And that I like to see. You take it hard to the goal. Maybe you get fouled. Maybe you get a layup. Worst case scenario like that, they knock it out of bounds. You get this little side out here, which might allow you to run a set piece of some sort so you can get a bucket.
Ella Bobe is in for Indiana. 3 by Lampley's around and out. And this time Indiana gets back and gets the steal as Illinois tried to leak out. Baxter. Ball swung to Lampley for a corner 3 hit.
Look. Nice offense there.
First 3 of the game hit by Indiana and Jayla Lampley.
Lampley's a nice player. She averaged over 21 points last year. Obviously, she can shoot it from outside. She's also good at getting to the rim.
Foul drawn by Ezike, earning a trip to the line. Lampley also in the U18 program for USA Basketball, so she's in that pipeline.
But we know she's a quality player with over 1,800 points in high school. That's an impressive number.
All-time leading scorer at Lawrence Central. Ezike hits the first free throw for Illinois. Illinois up to a 12-5 lead. Bobe fakes the long jumper, Shot at the rim, spins off, and the contest taken the other way. In deep, Ezike with the score.
Well, when you combine missed shots with some turnovers and the inability to effectively get back, you run into trouble like this.
Lampley's deep three. Karam's hard off the rim.
Ooh, nice crossover.
Good step through the lane. No call on the drive, and the rebound pulled out of there by Hurt. Hurt working at the arc. Ball swung out front. Winchester's shot is short, and the outlet, though, thrown out of bounds. It stays at the Indiana end with 5.5 to go, first quarter.
Well, this game may come down to who makes the most turnovers. if you can avoid turning the ball over, you can be successful.
Bobe tries a three, around and out.
Well, I like that. She had a nice jump shot, and that was a little deep. But if she's got the confidence to shoot from out there, you know she can. It's going to Southern Indiana.
Helped South Knox to a 2A title, first state title in any sport at South Knox High School. Drive down the lane, and Hurt got a hand in. That ball ended up hitting the clock above the bucket. Illinois coaches will argue it was deflected and should stay at that end. Instead, it's Indiana basketball. Illinois, though, leads, however, by 9.
Good flash there.
Deep catch by Thomas. Turn and wheel with the left hand short.
I like that, though. At least she made a nice flash into the lane to get that basket, or get a shot at it.
Corner jumper hit.
It's so hard to tell.
Tried to see who knocked that one in. That was...
Oh, that's Ariella Hennigan.
That was Hennigan that made that jumper for 3.
All right.
17-5, all Indiana early. Turn and shoot. Hennigan again scores. And Hennigan with 7 to lead all scorers. It's a 14-point Illinois lead.
Gonna have to find a way to bottle her up. She's come out aggressive and obviously a great scorer.
Ball stolen by Ezike. Hurt is back. Ezike finishes. And it's 21-5.
And another turnover.
Indiana turns it over again. Hennigan, runner from the elbow. That's a tough shot. Thomas secures the board. Hurt into the forecourt. Gets a hard screen from Thomas. Hurt, step back, short front rim. Rebound in low, put up and in by Winchester. That stops the run. Indiana desperately needed a basket.
Yeah.
Timeout called.
Yeah, that was a good rebound and put back there, and desperately needed.
We'll keep it here with 2:57 to go in the first quarter. Indiana trailing by 14. This afternoon's game is brought to us by the Ed Martin Automotive Group, who would like to congratulate Jemiah Thomas and Kaya Hurt of Lawrence North and Jayla Lampley of Lawrence Central for being a part of today's Midwest Challenge. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. Alongside Brady Laurie, Rob Brown with you from the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon, Indiana. Game 3 of 5 this afternoon / early evening in this Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear. The lone girls game in this 5-game set. Brady, you mentioned something earlier about how this game may come down to turnovers.
It does appear that that could possibly be the case. It's just these turnovers are turning into such easy baskets on the other end. I mean, at this point, Illinois is on a clip to score 100 points in this game. So you turn the ball over, it creates points for them. It'd be nice to see them take a little better care of the basketball.
Well, and I want to expound on that and get your thoughts 1 point further than that. With each team only having 6, how much then will fatigue maybe compound those turnovers deeper into the ballgame?
That's a great point. You sort of lose your concentration when you're run down. So it's just one of those things that they're just going to have to do their best to keep their composure and not turn the ball over as much.
2 offensive rebounds on that trip for Illinois, leads in another basket for Hennigan. Hennigan has 9, and the lead is 16. Hurt with a nice drive, but couldn't get the finish.
All right, stay after.
And the rebound dug out of there, kept alive by the duo of Lampley and Hurt. And foul called on the floor on Illinois. Quick inbound, Lampley run off the line, down the baseline. Ball reversed, left alone Winchester, and Winchester tosses in the 3.
All right, now that's a lot better offense. A good little inbound, kicked it out to a shooter who put it on the floor, got it back to another shooter with a good look.
23-10. Hurt with a quick hands, knock it free, and a tie-up. Arrow will favor which way? Let's see. Don't have a possession arrow. I'll get a look at Winchester's triple. From our vantage point, we don't have the advantage of an arrow, or at least be able to see it. It'll stay at the Illinois end. Good pivot move, but too strong with the 8-footer was Walker. Lampley through the lane, bumped on the drive.
And that's the product. If you put it on the floor and go to the basket, you run. I think I've mentioned it already in this broadcast. Good things are going to happen. You're going to get fouled, or you're going to get a shot off, or you're going to find somebody open. Standing around, especially when you're down 13, probably is not the play.
And the pass to the perimeter stolen away by Isis Thomas. Thomas back out front. Three-pointer around and off. Rebound snuck in through there. Isis Thomas.
I like her play so far since she's been in.
Thomas crept in between two defenders. Deep volleyball line 3 by Lampley is short, out of bounds. Inside 25 seconds to go, first quarter. Illinois has been in control throughout this first quarter.
There's a look at Isis finishing that.
Foul on the pass. Clock is running, and we'll stop here arbitrarily with 6 2/10 on the baseline inbounds. Drive and kick. Thomas run off the line, had it knocked free, got it back, and the 3 will come after the horn. That'll do it. First quarter in the books in this girls matchup between Team Indiana and Team Illinois. Team Illinois on top by 15, 25-10 the score. We'll step out briefly. Quarter number 2 around the bend next. You're watching the Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Thanks for your support and cheering on these great players, coaches, and staff. Like you, the Ed Martin Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of Lawrence Township Schools and Athletics. Like them, we are focused on success and excellence in everything we do. Ed Martin offers you 9 award-winning locations, delivering 12 exciting brands for our valued customers. See us today in Fishers, Indianapolis, Carmel, Anderson, or Noblesville, and we'll show you why now is the time to buy from Ed Martin. The only name you need to know, edmartin.com.
Rob Brown, Brady Laurie back with you at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon. Second quarter underway. Jeremiah Thomas, good post, good delivery from Winchester. Shot missed, but rebounded by Team Indiana, so the possession rolls on. Baxter with it in the corner. Out to Hurt. Hurt, 3, knocked down out front.
She's having a game. I like this. She's being aggressive, and she's not afraid to shoot. A three-pointer might even be a little contested, but that's her game. That's what makes her good.
Hurt, the only member of Team Indiana who will go to college in Illinois, going to Illinois State next year. 3 out front, answer from Ezike.
Nice
Nora
pass there.
Ezike.
Great look, good finish.
And a finish by Thomas.
And that's where she's great. When she's down underneath the basket, she can score in bunches. So hope they can put her in a better position to get down there a little bit more often.
Fadeaway jumper around and off, rebounded by Winchester. Make that Baxter on the rebound. Lampley stop and go. Great bounce in low to Thomas.
All
Missed the
right.
flip shot,
Yep.
but shoots two.
I think they heard what we were saying. Let's get her the ball down there underneath.
Thomas effective around the rim. I'm still having, and you and I are of the same vintage, I still have to correct myself about the new geography shift in college basketball. Ezike had a great high school career at Lyons Township and is going to play at Stanford, and I almost mentioned her playing in the Pac-12. I have to correct myself. Remind myself that Stanford's an ACC school now as Thomas hits both free throws.
Yeah, we all have that trouble. Things have changed so much over the years with the conferences. And now we're having to learn about transfer portals and all kinds of exciting things going on in college sports.
Cohen was cut off on the drive. Now the ball knocked free, and to the floor to get it was Winchester.
Good idea.
Cohen with the steal. Great teamwork basketball there for the easy one that sets up Walker for the bucket. (30-17) the score. Thomas deep in the post again, lost it on the way up. Walker got a hand in there. Now the deflection near midcourt, and the tie-up should be Illinois basketball, and it is.
Well, now there's some scrapping going on. Everybody's playing hard, diving on the floor, fighting with people. That's the way it ought to be. Winchester with the diving save down there after that rebound.
Minute and change into quarter number 2. This women's game will play women's college rules. These players that are en route to college basketball. 4 10-minute quarters. The boys' games to follow will play men's college rules with the 2 20-minute halves. Hurt on the drive, too hard off the board. Tapped off the end line. Which way will it go? It'll go back to Illinois. Bobe is back in for Team Indiana.
Great defense.
Walker's drive is blocked.
What a block.
Nice block shot that time by Winchester. Baseline out of bounds. Jumper short. Rebounded by Lampley. Hurt. Sets up out front. Elbow from the pull-up, or pull-up from the elbow, I should say. Short. Cohen's got the rebound. Ezike stepping through, I should say. And collision in the lane. We've got a offensive foul.
That's very brave of Winchester to step in on that.
That's 2 straight defensive possessions, though, by Winchester. First a block and then a charge drawn.
She had a good rebound down
2
there
straight
before
trips.
that. Sure. Well, she's a winner. She's a fighter. It's she's not. There's no quit in her for sure.
30-17. Baxter run off the line. Winchester look for a cut. Baxter tries a deep 3. Karam's off the front of the rim and knocked out of bounds. And it will stay with Team Indiana. I'm not sure why Conwell opted to chase that ball down. Could have just let it go off the inline.
Yes, sir. Nice.
And Winchester capitalizes on the error by hitting the 3.
All right. We had this in the earlier games. It feels like they're getting a little more comfortable as the game goes on. everybody comes out kind of excited and wound up because it's an all-star game in the beginning, and then things start to sort of even out.
Hurt running the floor, missed the layup, but Indiana with numbers trailing, and Thomas there to clean it up and lay it in.
That's awesome offense right there.
Timeout. Timeout called by Illinois. Indiana on a little bit of a run. Jemiah Thomas with 6 in the quarter. 30-second timeout called by Illinois. We'll keep it here. And remind you that today's game brought to us by Lawrence Township Schools, voted Indiana's best public schools. The Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township is your district of destination. With a commitment to excellence, innovation, and opportunity, LT empowers every student to reach their full potential on the path to graduation, college, and career. Whether you're new to the area or exploring the best for your child's future, discover what makes Lawrence Township the place where education leads to success. Learn more at ltschools.org. And congratulations to Jemiah Thomas and Kaya Hurt of Lawrence North and Jayla Lampley of Lawrence Central for participating in today's game.
One of the things I think I'm going to keep a better eye on is whether or not Indiana team is getting back. Gave up a lot of those layups early off at a transition after turnovers and whatnot. Here the last few possessions, they've done a nicer job of getting all 4 girls back to play some defense. So that's going to be a thing I'm going to keep an eye on here.
Well, then the follow-up question would be, can Illinois score in any other way?
That's what we're about to find out. It looks like they're going to see a little zone, maybe even some trapping here.
Ezike operating at the elbow. Lost the handle, got it back. Pull up from the foul line. Good from Isis Thomas.
Yeah, that's a nice little jumper right in the middle of the lane there.
First field goal in the quarter. 4 in the game for Thomas. Bobe spins right into a double team. Looked like Bobe turned it over, but instead a foul called. Might have been a bailout there. 10-point game. Second quarter inside 3 minutes. Pump faking Lampley draws a foul at the rim. 2 shots for Jayla Lampley. Heading to Mississippi State in the SEC. Won a state championship 2 years ago as a junior. Brady mentioned the 1,800-plus points, the all-time leading scorer at Lawrence Central High School. Both free throws no good. Winchester snuck in, got the rebound, was tied up. Arrow will stay at the Team Indiana end, however. You look at different high schools and look at their Winchester off the inbound, missed the scoop. You look at their boy-girl combination for leading scorers as Bobe hits the layup. Jayla Lampley and Kyle Guy at Lawrence Central. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Good, pretty good twosome. But that was good. Great steal, good offense down here. It's good to see him getting some more baskets around the basket and getting some opportunities for some free throws and that type of thing. It's starting to even out a little bit, it feels like.
Thomas backing in, puts it in, and Indiana, which trailed by as much as 17, has pulled it within 6. 2 minutes to go.
We mentioned it before. That's what she's so good at. If they could keep putting her in that position.
Thomas has all 8 of her points here in the second quarter. In deep, drawing the foul at the doorstep is Walker. Walker shoots 2.
I didn't see Winchester do a whole lot there other than keep her hands straight up, but she got the call.
2 free throws for Walker. First free throws for Team Illinois in this second quarter. First one hard off the rim for Walker. Heading to Illinois, Chicago. Walker, one of 2 Kenwood Academy products in this game, was a high school teammate of Ariella Hennigan. splits the pair. Timeout called by Janon Lampley. 1:49 left in the half. Let's go ahead and take a quick break and come right back. 1:49 to go here in half number 1. Team Illinois leads by 7. We're back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network. Rob Brown, Charlie Hammock, and Brady Laurie back with you here at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon, Indiana. Elijah Mash handling our camera today. Ball turned over. Illinois gets it back.
Couple missed three-pointers to start this session here.
Lampley on the drive, too strong with it. Rebound pulled out of there by Conwell. 75 seconds to go. Conwell all the way with the finish to the left hand. 35-26. Illinois has played from in front throughout. Indiana had trimmed a 17-point lead down to 6. Illinois trying to get it back to double figures before halftime, and a good leak out. Shot missed, rebound put back up, no good.
I was going to say that was a great outlet pass. Led her perfectly, she couldn't finish it.
Hurt back the other way. Thomas, too strong. There to clean it up, though, is
Baxter
nice to put
work.
it in.
Nice work.
First two for Addie Baxter. 7-point game. See if Illinois opts to play for one shot. Neither team near the foul bonus. Hennigan dribbling out at the high left. Foul line jumper, Howard off the back rim. There's time. Baxter from half court loads it up. Wide of the mark, and that'll do it. So Indiana outscores Illinois in the quarter, 18-10. It'll be a 7-point Illinois advantage at the break as we head to halftime. 35-28 our score. Team Illinois on top in game 3 of this Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear. We'll take a break, come right back. Halftime activities are next here on the ISC Sports Network.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
The MSD of Lawrence Township embodies educational excellence, unlocking the full potential of every student we serve. Where innovation meets tradition, our students excel in welcoming safe, state-of-the-art facilities. A traditional public school district, Lawrence Township boasts a 95% graduation rate. On the court and in the arts, our students excel. Join the Lawrence Township family, where learners thrive, surrounded by values that resonate with home. Lawrence Township, your destination for a brighter future.
More selection, more savings, more for your trade. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know for all your transportation needs. 9 locations, serving Indianapolis, Fishers, Anderson, and Noblesville. 12 brands offering the best cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Ed Martin, you'll drive home happy in under an hour, guaranteed. Shop over 4,000 new and used vehicles at edmartin.com. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know.
I did not know what to expect, and it is amazing to see all like the different types of fragrances that you can put together. Just when you put together like a few drops on a fan, and then what turns into the actual fragrance, it's amazing. I did not know what to expect, and it is amazing to see all like the different types of fragrances that you can put together. Just when you put together like a few drops on a fan, and then what turns into the actual fragrance, it's amazing.
Rob Brown, Brady Laurie back with you at halftime. And Team Illinois leads Team Indiana by the score of 35-28. Let's take a quick look at our halftime numbers. Team Illinois led by Nora Ezeki and
Ariella
Hennigan. Yes, thank you.
No,
with 9 points apiece. Jemiah Thomas leads Brooke Winchester, and with 8 points, and Jemiah Thomas with 7, pacing Team Indiana as we roll through some highlights as we talk about these halftime numbers. One thing I wanted to point out, Brady, you talked about turnovers. Team Indiana with 8, Illinois with 9. Team Indiana shooting just 32%, Illinois shooting 44%. What other numbers jump out to you here in that first half?
Well, the first thing you said was that Team Indiana had 8 turnovers. It felt like all 8 of those were right at the beginning of the game. So that was the first thing that kind of jumped out at me. I mean, but we've talked about it. You turn the ball over, give transition buckets. That's going to create a higher shooting percentage for the other team. So looks like they clamped down on defense a little bit. You got to keep the percentages to your advantage. You want to keep a team under 50% for sure. Even if you if you have them at 35% or so, you got a really good chance of winning the game.
Well, we'll take a break here and come back. We'll have more here at halftime after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
The MSD of Lawrence Township embodies educational excellence, unlocking the full potential of every student we serve. Where innovation meets tradition, our students excel in welcoming safe, state-of-the-art facilities. A traditional public school district, Lawrence Township boasts a 95% graduation rate. On the court and in the arts, our students excel. Join the Lawrence Township family, where learners thrive, surrounded by values that resonate with home. Lawrence Township, your destination for a brighter future.
More selection, more savings, more for your trade. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know for all your transportation needs. 9 locations, serving Indianapolis, Fishers, Anderson, and Noblesville. 12 brands offering the best cars, trucks, and SUVs. At Ed Martin, you'll drive home happy in under an hour, guaranteed. Shop over 4,000 new and used vehicles at edmartin.com. Ed Martin, the only name you need to know.
I did not know what to expect, and it is amazing to see all like the different types of fragrances that you can put together. Just when you put together like a few drops on a fan, and then what turns into the actual fragrance, it's amazing.
Rob Brown, Brady Laurie back with you as we get set to start the second half of this Team Indiana, Team Illinois girls matchup in this Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear. Brady, thinking about this second half, what do you look for adjustment-wise from both of these teams?
What I can say is, after looking at these stats a little bit, after they brought them to us, this is a pretty evenly matched game. When you're talking about rebounds, for example, 18 to 19. The issue here is that the turnovers are back to even. I think just when you look, I just can't find anything that really jumps out as to why Indiana's trailing at this point, but they are. And I think what you got to do, if it's that type of game, if things are fairly evenly matched, it all becomes effort at that point. So hopefully they've made some adjustments at halftime that will inspire them to come out and play good, hard basketball.
Well, I didn't want to tweak something I said earlier. Indiana trailed by 16, as much as 16, not 17. That was Illinois' biggest lead in the first half. Indiana got it to as low as 6 in the second quarter. The deficit stands at 7 right now as we start this third quarter. Illinois will have the basketball, moving right to left from our vantage point to start quarter number 3. On the baseline, Walker hits the jumper to get it started.
That's a great way to get rolling out of the locker room. It looks like they're going to see a little pressure here. I think that's a great idea. Now, Hurt can handle the ball, so it's one of those things that you don't want to, if you're Illinois, you come out and give them a little different look. I think that's a good idea. But with Hurt being as good a ball handler as she is, probably not going to be super effective.
Lampley gives to Winchester, fading back to the three-point line, and Winchester swings it back out to Baxter. Thomas with the post overplayed, missed the first shot, gets the second, and lays it in with the left hand.
There you go. We've called it. Let's keep her down there underneath that bucket.
Thomas leading the way with 9 points for Team Indiana. Ezike steps back into a three that's short. Pass deflected from behind as Thomas was leaking out, but the ball could not be delivered. Great back and forth, but the shot missed at the rim. Rebounded by Cohen, and the possession continues on the kick back to Ezike, who hits the three. Second one for Ezike, and the lead back to double figures for Illinois.
And if you're Team Indiana, that's not how you want to start. Give it up 2 good looks for them, and then turning the ball over.
Pass stolen, good deflection by Lampley to get back, and starting to see maybe Brady a little bit kind of creeping back into that pattern we saw at the beginning of the game where Indiana getting beaten down the floor in transition.
A little slow out of the blocks, it seems.
Kick back on the three, Hannigan misses. Now Hurt wants to push, Indiana trying to reciprocate. Good feed to Lampley, but the pass, the shot contested and missed.
Now the Indiana team's got to get back better.
Scoop shot up and in, and a foul. Circus shot tossed up and in by Hannigan.
Really nice finish right there. Team Indiana doesn't seem all that inspired right now coming out of that locker room, and you called it. I mean, we may see some fatigue becoming an issue. They're just not getting back, and they just had a little break. So hoping they can shore it up like they did toward the end of the first half.
Ariella Hannigan with the three-point play, and the lead is 13.
Great look.
Good look underneath. Lampley left alone to lay it in.
That Hurt-Lampley combination, that's pretty good.
Jayla Lampley with the basket. Pull-up jump shot too strong. Rebound is tapped. Controlled in the corner. Hannigan for three. Got it. Boy, Hannigan coming out firing with 6 quick ones to start the second half.
She's rolling.
Reverse layup too strong, and the rebound batted off the inline. Stays with Team Indiana.
Here you go. You have a good possession defensively. You just don't get the rebound. Give up an offensive second chance opportunity for the offense. That's not what you want.
And how many times do you see it? The best chance to get a wide open three is off an offensive rebound.
Absolutely.
Corner three missed. One-hand rebound grabbed by Ezike. Hannigan. Whip diagonal pass through the zone. Open foul line jumper rolled in by Conwell. And it's right back to 16, matching the biggest lead of the game for Team Illinois, who has been the aggressor coming out to start the second half. Down the lane, drive and kick. Isis Thomas into the game. Out front, three is woefully short, but all by herself to lay it in is Hannigan. And
Coach Lampley
needs a timeout. Biggest lead of the game. There you look at Hannigan, not a pink shirt in the vicinity. And Hannigan lays in the air ball. Timeout called by Team Indiana. We'll keep it here. 5:46 to go in the ball game. We'll remind you that this afternoon's game is brought to us by the Lebanon Leprechauns, Boone County's very own professional basketball team, which plays in the upper Midwest division of the TBL. There are a few remaining home games to be played right here at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse. I believe the Leprechauns have 3 games total remaining on the regular season schedule. Come out and watch the Leprechauns make a playoff run. For more information, visit LebanonLeprechauns.com. I was talking with the owner of the Leprechauns earlier today, and we may be joined on one of our 2 remaining boys games by a player from the Leprechauns. That like much of the remainder of the afternoon is TBA, Brady.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. It's there's just so much going on, and so many people are working so hard to organize things, and it's just it does kind of make it fun. And for you and I,
Yep.
I think it's been a good time. So I know we're really looking forward to the championship game tonight at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, when you cut through all the layers for two basketball junkies like you and I, it gets right down to the basketball of it. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
Out of the timeout, Conwell gets to the rim and scores. After the miss out of the timeout for Indiana, Conwell with 8, and the lead is 20. And we got a foul under the bucket on Team Indiana on the rebound. Thomas takes the foul. Inside 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
You know, one of the things you'd like to see if you're a Team Indiana fan is maybe run some set plays. There are usually a handful of plays that you can run with a team, even a team that you've just put together, maybe had a practice or two, that can help sort of let everybody know where everybody's going to be and try to get an easy basket that way.
Pass kicked by Bobe. Indiana running a zone there.
And I say that, it'd be nice to see them run a few. There's so many good shooters on Team Indiana. Get something to where somebody can get a good open look from 3. And,
like that, Thomas
yeah,
hits the 3.
Just like that.
Third 3 of the quarter for Team Illinois. Good dump down to Thomas. Rushed the layup, did Thomas.
Yeah, it was a good pass by Baxter in there. And we got Thomas where we want her there, down on that block.
Ball poked off the inline. And this is the proverbial broadcaster's worst nightmare. As someone has checked in that we have no idea who it is. All of a sudden, Team Indiana has 7 players instead of 6. And
well, I hope she's good, and it looks like she is.
Number 5, we have no idea who number 5 is. Three's put up by Lampley. Bobe misses the 3, rebounded in deep by Lampley, and Lampley draws a foul at the rim.
Well, the other broadcast worst nightmare is pink jerseys with brown, light blue trim and light blue jerseys with pink trim. That's
yes.
something I've been struggling with here.
Well, thankfully, in an actual high school game, those are now illegal.
Those
starting this year.
Those colors, or having a game with opposite colors? Like
having a jersey where the numbers are the same color as the actual jersey. Those are illegal, effective this upcoming school year.
That is good to know.
Turnaround, put up and in by Baxter.
The more you know.
Yep.
With Rob Brown.
Yep. Those. That was announced a couple years ago, giving athletic departments a couple years to kind of phase them out. You know, budgets and such.
I think it's a good rule, honestly.
Pass ahead. Ball put up, no. And a tie-up.
Baxter's tough. I like watching her play. She's a soccer player as well. Good athlete.
Indiana All-Star going to Butler.
She scored 82 goals in her soccer career. That's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive. Lampley, 3 at the top is good.
Man, it's like.
And the errant pass goes out of bounds. Illinois turns it over.
Just like you're right there. You need something like that. Just need some momentum. This game has been weird on the momentum front. It's like you have a great stretch, playing defense and scoring, and then you'll have a bad stretch where you're turning the ball over and getting scored on.
Hurt dribbles into a double team and is tied up. Arrow will stay at the Indiana end. Nope, check that. It'll go back to Illinois.
Folks at home don't know this, but there are 7 other basketball games going on in this little gym that we're in.
It's not little by any
Isn't it
stretch.
amazing? It is unbelievable. There have been 7 games going on during all the broadcasts today, and
You may hear some faint whistles in the background or horns.
and then on the other side, there's a ton of pickleball.
There are
Folks
pickleball courts and a football field behind us, yes.
Pretty impressive building.
Thomas, pass stolen away. Hurt on the run, up the left side, fouled, and will shoot 2.
Good hustle there, good effort. And I'd say, it's good when you're down, you get to the free throw line so you can get some buckets, get some free points with the clock stopped, but
clock is not stopping.
It's not stopping.
It's rolling.
And we didn't get a set of the rules like I'm sure the coaches did, but there may be something to that. We're not sure if it's arbitrary or if maybe they stop it in the last 5 minutes of the game.
I think they're trying to
That's
stay
free
on
throws.
schedule as well, and the consolation game was supposed to start at 3:30, and it's 3:25, and we've not started the fourth quarter of this game, so I think that's part of it.
I could see that.
Hurt splits the pair. Corner 3 is short. Lampley has the rebound. Indiana running again. Lampley weaving through the lane. Put it up, put it in.
And she's so good in transition like that. She's got great size and can handle the ball, and she's really fantastic at finishing.
7 for Lampley in the quarter. Down the baseline, scoring is Conwell.
It's a nice, tough take.
Conwell into double figures. Deep post kick out from Thomas to Lampley.
Get it.
Lampley hits.
All right.
Second 3 in the quarter for Lampley.
Maybe we'll see her take over this game like Braylon Mullins took over the last game when Team Indiana.
Mullins hit 3 straight threes in the overtime to lift Team Indiana to the 5-point win. 59-43, our score. Team Illinois on top after 3. We'll step out, fourth quarter around the bend next. You're watching the Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Rob Brown, Brady Laurie back with you at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon, Indiana. I thank our 2-man crew today doing tremendous work. Charlie Hammock and Elijah Mash handling things for us on the technical side. Illinois outscoring Indiana 25-15 in that third quarter. And Brady, really it was Illinois' energy in the first 3 minutes of the third that was the driver to really kind of push Indiana out.
There we go. There's a good bucket inside. Let's get a little bit more of that. But the problem is at this point, Rob, as everybody watching knows, you got to get some stops here. Illinois shot it so well of late.
Thomas, make that Cohen rather, run off the line. Missed the pull-up jumper. Hurt Spins back and is fouled on the drive as Hurt turned to pass it out to Winchester.
But I like that concept too. Have Hurt put it on the floor, turn around. You've got a bunch of girls that can really shoot it out there. She's a good facilitator.
Long two by Hurts missed.
Looked like there should have been a foul called there. Been a little push in the back.
Thomas through the lane. Runs it up, no. Jemiah Thomas. Ooh, nice leak out ahead. Good idea.
Yeah.
Baxter was ahead of the field, but tried to catch it and turn at the same time, and that's a tough move. Turned over. Good idea.
Yep. She had a good look. You got to catch the ball first. It's a rule.
Ezike turn and face, missed the 16-footer straight away. Baxter looks it over in the forecourt, high left. A lot of traffic on the left side of the floor. Lampley wants Winchester to come get it. Gets it back, does Lampley. 2 minutes gone. Tough pass in the post, stolen away. Ezike got in too deep, circles it back out, and it's stolen away by Winchester. Winchester has numbers to her left, tried to bounce it in, stolen away. 4-on-1 the other way, taken all the way and missed. Lampley has it, has two teammates ahead. Thomas is there to lay it in. It's a 12-point game.
Phew, I call that like an open gym possession. Everybody's up and down the floor 4, 5, 6 times, but at least Team Indiana came out with a basket.
Timeout, we'll keep it here. 30-second timeout. Yeah, I think I called that once. It was like the men's gym, St. Barnabas Sunday Night Men's League in the back gym at Perry Meridian. 59-47.
Just running up and down. Nobody can get a shot off. If you do, it's terrible, and it goes the other way.
If you're guarding some guy, and he says, if you don't go inside the three-point line, I won't either. That's a deal. 7:23 to go.
What do you mean? I had a college career where I didn't go inside the three-point line.
59-47.
Guys get hurt down there playing defense, Coach.
Illinois up 12. We'll have the consolation game of the boys' side of things. Following this game, we'll have about a 15-minute break or so to reload our notes, get a quick drink of water, and get right back to it. It'll be Team Michigan versus Team Wisconsin to get up and down in the consolation round. And in the championship game, we'll pit Team Illinois against Team Indiana. Expect a good crowd for that one.
Yeah, it'll be
to wrap up the night.
It'll be a wild game too. That's going to be fun. It'll be like an open gym where they're up and down all the time, but the guys are actually really, really good. We saw some great shooting, some real athleticism in that both boys' games earlier.
Team Wisconsin had 2 players score over 35 points in its game against Indiana that went into overtime that Team Wisconsin lost by 5. Shot short, out of bounds, back to Team Illinois. Following this game, we'll hand out our player of the game. Forget that. Stolen away, pass deflected, but scooped up.
She got it back here.
Lampley runs into a defender, lays it in. That will not count. Offensive foul, waved it off.
She hipped her. Fouled her with her hip, I guess.
So take the basket away. Team Indiana showing a little half-court trap. Good block shot by Winchester, out of bounds. And Winchester has displayed some excellent defense around the rim.
Great block right there. Good timing. And it goes out. Nothing better than blocking a shot that goes out of bounds off the person that shot it.
Bobe, Lampley tried to measure a 3. No space to shoot it.
Wow.
Hurt drives. Nice pass across the lane. Blocked from behind. But as the defender had the shot block, the defender was on the baseline. So
that was a really nice move and pass by Hurt. I'm still trying to figure out kind of where this help. Illinois is doing a really good job of playing help defense.
Thomas takes it right at Ezike, and Ezike blocked the shot. But again, Ezike was on the baseline. Deep 3 by Hurt around and off.
Nice.
Winchester's got the rebound,
There
put it
you
up
go.
and in, and count it, and put Winchester on the line. Winchester makes it a 10-point a game. A free throw would make it 9. Great pivot and footwork by Winchester.
That's what they need. They keep getting at it. You want to get second chance opportunities. You want to create. Hurt did that. Winchester did a great job of putting that back in and drawing the foul.
Free throw good, makes it 9. Indiana trapping. Ezike got in too deep. Reverse layup, no. Ezike stepped on the baseline.
This is that momentum. I kind of feel it coming here. You get a basket here, maybe another stop. So here comes that little zone trap.
Corner jumper for 3, good. Lampley makes it a 6-point game.
Lampley makes him pay for trying to run that trap.
Down the lane. Pass deflected and flipped back up and in by Hennigan.
Another great pass there. Get it.
Jump hook is short. Winchester took a hard spill after missing the shot. Pass ahead to Hennigan in the corner. Inside 4 minutes. Ezike's double. 3 up and in. 3 knocked in by Conwell. 17 for Conwell. 3 around and off by Lampley. Hennigan. Swing to Conwell for 3. Oh, just off the mark. And the dribble on the baseline out of bounds. Thomas put it on the floor. Out of bounds.
That was a bailout. Nobody blocked out that time. About gave up another offensive rebound.
30-second timeout called by Indiana. But Indiana had cut it to 5 after trailing by 22.
There's no quit.
But that little 5-0 burst by Illinois has gotten it back to double figures with 3:19 left. .319 left. Actually make it 64-54. They've changed the score.
I'm not sure about that. Well, I tell you who will let you know is that coach right down there if something looks funny.
Yeah, I thought it was a 6-point game.
Well, and Rob, that's the thing. You're so good at keeping track of this stuff. I don't even bother to look at the scoreboard. I just listen to you.
I appreciate that.
Well, you are.
I thought it was a 6-point game. It was 9, and then Lampley made a 3 to make it 6. And then Illinois scored 5 straight points, or so I thought. Maybe they called that bucket, that corner shot by Conwell, a 2 instead of a 3. That must have been the case.
You're part play-by-play, part detective.
Well, I do what I can. Lampley's 3 is too strong, but Hurt got the rebound and Hurt at the rim, put it in. It's an 8-point game.
Man, she is a really tough little player. Illinois State's going to love her.
Yeah, Hurt was a primary reason. Hurt and Thomas, 2 on the floor.
Yep.
And a travel. Ezike got a little quick with the footwork at the arc.
Winchester back in. Good deal. I like this lineup right now.
Hurt down the lane. Fouled on the way up is Hurt.
She's so good at creating contact when she gets down there. That quick first step, it's hard to stay in front of her. Once she gets past you, somebody's got to come in and help. And 9 times out of 10, it seems they're going to reach in.
The left-hander shoots 2. 2 free throws can make it a 6-point game. Free throw hard off the back rim on the first attempt. Presumably now with the score tight, the clock will stop as it would in a normal game. Seven-point game as Hurt splits the pair. Down the baseline, Hennigan's runners up and in. Hennigan's had some big answer scores down the stretch.
She is a baller, and that is a tough little floater. That one-hander, that was nice.
Shot missed in deep. Illinois still wants to push. Conwell pull-up hits. Conwell's had some big shots as well. Back to a double-figure lead for Team Illinois. Baxter needs a 3, short. Thomas saved it, tried to anyway, but out of bounds. They'll go back to Illinois.
Yeah, Addie Baxter has not had her best day from the three-point line, and she's such a quality three-point shooter. That's why she's going to Butler to play. It just has not been her afternoon.
Inside a minute to go. 68-57. We'll stay here immediately following the game and hand out our player of the game and wrap this one up. Ezike takes it to the rim, is fouled by Thomas.
And she is a tough match. She's so long and rangy and quick off the dribble.
Good footwork. The team at Lyons Township won a school record 31 games. Went 31-3 at Lyons Township. And won a regional title in the state of Illinois. Buckets down the stretch by Hennigan, Conwell, and the 2 Ezike free throws. Should about put this one in the cooler. Ezike's steal now.
Oh, good hands.
Hurt steals it back. Inside 40 seconds. Hurt to the rim. Put it up, put it in. Timeout. Janon Lampley calls time. Should be the final timeout, you would presume.
Well, you hate it for these girls because they played so hard and just things have not gone their way. You know, you see Hurt and Lampley, Winchester, Addie Baxter all playing so hard. Just going to come up a little short on this one, but they've all got good, bright future careers to look forward to. So this has been a good experience for them, I'm sure.
Well, a couple of those players you mentioned, certainly Baxter and Winchester, or Baxter, I should say, Indiana All-Stars. They've got more All-Star games to come.
Yeah, June 7th, I believe, Indiana, Kentucky. And so Lampley is there, Winchester's there, Hurt is there, Addie Baxter will be there, Casey Warfel, who wasn't able to play today, was originally listed.
Yep.
All of them good players. And
Bobe is there as well.
And you know, though, Kentucky always brings it, don't they?
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a good thing to get out to see on June 7th.
Our good friend and ISC colleague Mike Broughton, the director of the All-Star Series. Inbound, Illinois. Oh, say Illinois running the clock out. Hurt took it away. Takes it to the rim. Hennigan collided with Hurt on that steal, slow to get up.
Took a shot. I hope she's okay.
And Ezike circling it over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. This is usually a dribble it out sort of situation. You
Conwell
don't want any of these.
Indeed, dribble it out.
Any of these girls going on to college, you don't want any kind of injury for no real reason. So.
And that'll do it. We'll keep it here as Illinois defeats Indiana by the score of 70-61. our blue-collar player of the game, brought to us by Boilermakers Local 374, Ariella Hennigan, who was the game-high scorer for Team Illinois with 24 points. Hennigan headed to Howard University in Washington, D.C. There you see Hennigan with the and one, leading Team Illinois to this 70-61 victory. Become a Union Boilermaker and be on your way to a great career. Find out more when you log on to local374.org. Again, Ariella Hennigan, our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Brady, some final thoughts on this contest?
Well, we talked about it. It was just kind of a game of runs. You just got to take care of the basketball. You can't give up buckets in transition like that. Those are the easy ones. You just got to tighten it up, play good defense, take care of the basketball, and work together to get a win. Today just wasn't that for Team Indiana.
Well, that'll about do it for this one. We'll say goodbye for now. Be back with you in about 15 minutes or so with the consolation game on the boys' side of things. Team Wisconsin versus Team Michigan. But for now, this is Rob Brown on behalf of our entire ISC Sports crew saying so long for now.